I've been trying to get a video going for this shit, but it turned out horribly, so I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna be reacting to the gameplay trailer and the interview, and I'm gonna speak my piece, and I'm probably in the majority even with the fans. I've seen some questionable stuff, but yeah, we'll just start from the very start. This is sick with like the solar panels in the air and shit. Windmills, underground stuff. It does look pretty amazing. The trailer does look good. And then this shit reminds me of Armored Core 2 Another Age. I'm sure everyone that's played the Armored Core games feels that way. It looks cool despite being like the most barren, like just destroyed planet you've ever seen. The environments like look pretty awesome. And then we just see like just that jump pad there. That jump pad has me questioning shit, bro. Because I don't think I've really seen an AC take off in the air, like up into the sky. And then we see the quad legs with like their own weird sort of like hover ability. And that makes me like really question things when it comes to flying. So I really don't know if flying will be in the game as we've perceived it for all the Armored Core games. If you haven't played Armored Core and you just watch my videos, I guess all I have to say, disclaimer, this game is gonna be something totally new. So, missiles, awesome. Okay, so this AC, this puts like a little bit of my fears to rest, because this AC is using a chain gun, a battle rifle in the back, I think a regular rifle and a missile launcher. And I was under the impression from the trailer that they were going to make like mandatory offhand weapons like what you had in the old games with like Armored Core 2, Armored Core 3. Where you have like an energy shield or a laser blade and that's like it, but this kind of puts my fears to rest. Missiles, rolling droid, it's a droideka. This is badass. And we also see the Armored Core 5 like kick to the face. Blocks it with the shield, but it's like instantly he comes with the blade. And by the way, the reaction time of the shield, it used to be like you had to fucking ugh, but now it's like just instant. It's pretty much instant. So is it the back unit that instantly shields the attack? It does look like it's his back unit, but then it looks like there's a machine gun in its left hand. So what the fuck? What's going on here, dude? The quick turn, rolling droid, quick turn. That's a quick turn. Shotgun, and then that's the melee attack from Armored Core 5 and Verdict Day. So you don't need a blade in this game to do melee attacks, which honestly I like. That's one thing I kind of like, because Armored Core 4, some things just required a darn laser blade to kill. But I did see the clip of the quad leg, like it was using its right arm missiles as well as its minigun at the same time, so there's got to be something about that. Yeah, let's see if I can slow this down for you guys. So it's using the minigun, and then at the same time it's using the minigun, it's firing missiles. So there has to be something about how weapons work, because it used to be you use your left side or you use your right side, or you don't have a left-handed weapon in the older games. Into the boot. Dosla boot. Get fucked. Tank leg. So we just saw the same thing that happened with that lightweight we just saw for the tank. So you can just melee like Armored Core 5 melee with the kick, even with the tank. And I wonder if it'll one-shot freaks like it did in Armored Core 5. The drift. Drifting is confirmed. It'll probably look something like Armored Core 5 if I had to guess. And we also got a Armored Core 5 quick swap that weapon swap right there is Armored Core 5. So he's using like what looks like a crazy ass sniper cannon swaps to what looks like an auto cannon or something like that. That's Armored Core 5, right? Oh, it's like a missile launcher. Okay, that doesn't fit in there, dude. That doesn't fit in there. More MTs getting fucked. The whip. New melee weapon, the whip. This is pretty exciting. So these things, we'll talk about them more in the interview. But I think these are the residents of our Rubicon 3 planet, by how it sounded in the interview. We haven't really seen anything like this in Armored Core before. Like, this is like some sentient flippin' robot snake. Or worm, whatever you'd prefer to call it. But this is something new. A lot of the bosses that you see in this game are like straight up new. Here, he's like overboosting in. And then bam, assault armor. Cool door opens. Cool door is cool. And then we have some sombrero looking ass. Some, was his name Fragile in Armored Core for answer? This dude looks like Fragile. Now that I'm looking at the arms look like Latona. His legs look like Lahire. These definitely look like some parts that you would see in Armored Core 4. But he looks cool as shit, man. I like this. It looks like on the left side, those look like Tellus parts from Armored Core 4 and for answer, so... Yeah, boy, the kick. There's another kick. The kick into the laser blade, dude. Maybe it's not a kick. Maybe that's just the animation from the sword. It looked a lot like a kick, but that's like a roundhouse slash or some shit, dude. It looks cool. It's fucked right there. So one thing that concerns me is the jumping over the lasers, man. It's a little bit weird. It's pretty Soulsy, or I guess I should say Elden Ring if you ask me. Like, if we could fly freely like you would see in the interview, this wouldn't really be a scenario that we'd ever be stuck in. Like, this attack would not hit us at all if we could just fly freely. But look at this. We jump up in the air over the laser beam and then land. And there's another time where we see this exact same thing. So new laser blade attack. Another really, like, heavy laser blade attack. Double laser blade attack. The quick boost. The quick boost. Okay, so right there, that feels very Soulsy too. So watch this overhead attack. Watch this come down. This hasn't really been anything in, like, previous Armored Core games, but take a look at this overhead attack. Right here, does the stomp attack. And our character quick boosts out of the way. That seems pretty Soulsy to me, man. And then this boss looks pretty cool, but this is another Soulsy feeling I get, so I'll just play it all out. This guy, watch what happens. Do you see how the mech fully tracks the boss in this scene? Let's watch it again. He's over boosting forward. Look at how he perfectly pivots, dude. Perfectly pivoted onto the boss itself. So, I don't know if that was for the cinematics. Like, if they redid that take, like, 20, 30 times. But I think that right there confirms that there is going to be a Souls-style lock-on. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't think the game needs that, to be honest. But we'll continue on. It's a cinematic gameplay trailer. Oh, we had a flamethrower. Look at that. Another jump over. Maybe you guys are getting tired of me pausing this shit, but crazy looking boss. This looks pretty sick, but look at this jump over the laser beam. Jump over. Dodges the attack. I'm sorry, but no boss would have, like, weapons like that unless it could use it. and the animation. So this just once again tells me that just like Elden Ring, instead of flying through the air, it's going to be more of a jump glide like Armored Core 5 had. And then the grenade launcher. But yeah, Human Plus confirmed. Pulls out the big grenade launcher. Kaboom. Mid-air. Human Plus is confirmed. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Let's see how far they can fly.
Let's see how far they can fly. Probably not that far, dude. Probably not that far, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I think this is gonna be straight up across in between Armored Core 4, Armored Core 5, somewhere in the middle. It's gonna take a lot of aspects from both the games, combined them. But I don't think there's going to be flying. I think there's going to be a lock-on mechanic like Souls has. Yeah, it's kind of going to be some weird Armored Core 5, 4 Souls-ish type game. I'm still hyped for it. Don't get me wrong. Here, we'll continue on. Borrowed Wings, yep. That was them confirming there's not going to be any flying. Is there something up? Pre-order now and get Melender C3 G13 Special Customization Tenderfoot. Honestly, you can just remake that in the game itself. If the game has decals and painting, you don't need that pre-order bonus. You can do that all yourself. It might take like 5 hours. But honestly, at that rate, you're better off doing something else, because you know a bunch of motherfuckers are going to be pre-ordering this game. So you're better off just making a custom AC paint job that looks even better than this, that is original to you. Okay, Armored Core 6 interview from IGN. Where's that at? So the voice acting, I paused before we could even get into the video. The voice acting makes me feel like all the previous Armored Core games, it would have these mission briefings where it would just be like a person talking, this is your objective because we hate these people, like go kill them. But like this voice acting throughout the trailer makes me feel like there's going to be something deeper, kind of like Armored Core 5. And I have no issues with that since it's not going to be a multiplayer focused game. So I think there's going to be a little bit more in terms of like story versus just old look at briefings and do the mission. One thing I found so funny after watching this interview 5 times over, this guy will ask questions and Yasunori over here won't even respond with the answer. It's almost like Yasunori like had his own interview set up, and then IGN over here like with an American was like, okay, just ask questions that you think his answer would follow up. It seriously feels like that, but let's go on. So they wanted to make a new Armored Core game for a long time. Miyazaki and this guy that's the producer, they wanted it. Not making a new Armored Core was never an option. It's when, not if. 2018 initial direction by Miyazaki and some core members. And then they threw it to Yamamura once the game had some feet to it. They had to get the right staff on board. So once again, this just feels like a love letter to the fans of Armored Core. It sounds like they made this game because Miyazaki wanted to do it and this producer wanted to do it. They just couldn't do it because the Soulsborne was just way too profitable. I mean, Armored Core 4 was published by Capcom, I think, and then the next game after that, I'll have to check the comments for who it was, but there was a totally different publisher. So like there was issues financially. So I feel like this is a love letter. Like they got their good game, the Souls games, and now they're making what, I don't want to say what they actually want to make because I'm sure they love Souls, but now they're making it now that they can afford it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Recap, there's this substance called coral. It destroys the whole world, but this the alien, what do they call it? The non-natives come and they steal the darn land, bro. the alien corporations, the so that's the whole like that's the whole plot to the game. And these indigenous people, I'm pretty sure, are robots. But yeah, Coral, 50 years, just destroy the planet. Now we're being a mercenary, killing people for it. So as I said, you got extraterrestrial corporations that you're going to be switching sides over, taking whatever missions you can, versus also the indigenous weird robots of this land that I feel like are sentient in some sort of way. They have to be somewhat sentient. So
the setting and story are completely new, and we believe it makes a great first entry into the series for newcomers and old fans alike.
yeah, it's gonna be a complete reboot. I mean, they've done like, dude, I don't even know how many reboots they've done. Armored Core 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 3.5, to 4, to 5. So this will be the 7th reboot. So yeah, if you're new, you never played an Armored Core game, you'll fit in real well.
So let's talk a little bit about Rubicon as a setting. Is there anything that's unique about the planet?
Here's a question that the producer just dives under.
That people haven't seen in the Armored Core series previously?
There are two things we'd like to convey to both newcomers and old hands to the series. Armored Core offers two unique game experiences. First is this dynamic, three-dimensional action that can only be achieved with mix. And the second is the ability to customize your own personal AC by combining multiple parts and decorating it to your liking with painting and decals and the like. So these player-assembled, player-controlled ACs are able to fly freely through the air and handle multiple weapons simultaneously and turn on a dime, dash in different directions at once. This makes for a dynamic and very aggressive combat style that makes full use of the three-dimensional space, and we feel that this has always been an appeal of the Armored Core series and is an appeal of the mech action genre.
So pausing it right here. Pretty much what the game's going to offer is the same in-depth customization that Armored Core 4 and 5 had to offer, where you build your own mech, you paint it, and slap on some decals. And also there was an interview, like, probably 2 months back at this point, that stated that there were going to be custom-made emblems. So if you really want to see a Wong or an anime girl, you're gonna see it. Because we all know that's what it's gonna turn into. But other than that, I think you just talked about, like, weapons are going to be a lot different. There's going to be a lot of how do I say it, differences in the different weapons, which honestly that's kind of how it's been for a lot of the Armored Core games. Some weapons were placeholders for like others, but for the most part every weapon's been like different. So but now we have like transforming shields that turn into laser blades and whips and stuff, so there's a lot added to it too.
You might have a tank type legs that can perform drift turns, and this changes the very basic behavior and traversal type of the AC. We also made sure that the behavior of weapons, such as the way they shoot, how they recoil, how their projectiles behave, we tried to make sure that this all makes a big difference in how the game feels and plays.
So tank legs can drift now. I'm not sure if that was a thing in Armored Core 5 because I never tried to drift with tank legs, but it looks like it's straight out of Armored Core 5, where you overboost, deactivate the boosters, and you just skirt, you just like drift. Also with the legs, back in the gameplay trailer, the quad legs turned into like hover legs or something like that, where you just like drifted in air.
And Armored Core games have a bit of a reputation for being very complex, with many stats to consider, parts to swap in and out.
This game is for
there
noobs.
Anything else that you guys are planning on doing with Armored Core 6 to make it a little more
JK
for newcomers who might not be used to that level of complexity?
With regard to new players, we've taken careful steps with the onboarding and level design in the early stages of the game, so that players can deepen their understanding step by step, little by little, and work their way into that fun of the more complex parts.
So pretty much what he said there is this game is made for casuals. No, but in all reality, there's going to be a tutorial for the gameplay and also the building side of the game. But yeah, it's gonna be very noob friendly. It's not gonna be like Souls, you know, that hard game where they just drop you in and make you fight the Sentinel Knight. No, it's gonna be they're gonna ease you in. So it should be. I mean, it makes sense since it's the first game of its like. I'm gonna say first game of its type because Armored Core was like pretty, you know, just not well looked at. So. But yeah, games made for casuals, the C word. Casuals.
Are there any lessons that you guys have learned over the many years you spent developing the Souls games that you take into the development of Armored Core 6?
I feel like this is just the guy saying like, is it gonna be a Souls-like? And he's like, well, we took some inspiration from Souls, you know, we figured out how to make a good game, but no.
Specifically, we're developing this game with an awareness of the things that...
The awareness of the casuals?
Characteristics, such as a chainsaw and a laser lance, and things like this. In the trailer, you may have also seen a part where the core is deployed by an AC to generate a shockwave, and the pile bunker is then used against an opponent who is reeling back from this shockwave.
So, I'm gonna pause it before he gets ahead of me. Chainsaws, energy lances. We've seen flamethrowers, we've seen the whip, we've seen shields that turn into energy blades. Some pretty cool shit, but what he's talking about here is kind of concerning. Maybe I'll let him finish his statement before I talk.
In the trailer, you may have also seen a part where the core is deployed by an AC to generate a shockwave, and the pile bunker is then used against an opponent who is reeling back from this shockwave.
So, the thing about the pile bunker is it's a one-shot. Even the parry blade did quite a bit of damage, so if you can let out an AoE attack into a one-shot pile bunker and that's considered a true combo, I don't think that's gonna work in this game. It feels like this speaking point is like to draw people's attention, I guess, for lack of a better term, draw their attention to like something like this, because it doesn't make much sense in an Armored Core game or even a Souls game. Like, they got rid of infinite combos and then they made it even harder to get like confirmed combos and shit. So it would be really weird if here in Armored Core they decided, we want to do an AoE into a one-shot pile bunker. That would be like Wrath of the Gods into Backstab. But you can't toggle twitch it. Alright?
We do hope to share more details about the online aspect at a later date, so please stay tuned for that.
So, single player only. Honestly, I think Elden Ring sucked ass cooperatively. They made the game open world and still kept the same Souls co-op mechanics, which were already pretty bad. I don't do co-op. I'm not that much of a casual. But it seems like here they didn't want to have to focus on it, so they just it's single player. The PvP I hope is going to be great. That's all I really care about. In terms of multiplayer is the PvP. There's going to be arena fights, but the thing is, I still don't know how this game is going to play, bro. Like, I'm having a feeling that there is no flying, that we're going to have to be, like, jumping over bosses and reacting to them in, like, Elden Ring type fashion. I mean, they took so many aspects from Armored Core 5 and, well, 5th gen, 4th gen, I'll say, to save the time, and it looks like it all meshed together pretty well for the most part, but there's a bunch here that I have absolutely no clue just how the heck it's gonna play out, honestly. This is something new. This isn't first, second, third, fourth, or 5th gen. This is completely new with its own completely new gameplay, so I have faith. I have 100% faith that Miyazaki and just FromSoft now will make this game and make it good, make it enjoyable. But will it be an Armored Core game, I guess, is my main question. And it's not going to feel like an Armored Core game. It's not going to feel like any of the Armored Core games, but we'll finish off this trailer. He said you can move freely around in air, but we've never seen an example of that, and we've just seen bosses that are contradictory to that statement. And I mean, like, dude, they're not going to waste the animation time. They're not going to waste the time on making an animation for 2 bosses, I'm pretty sure, that have sweeping attacks that you jump over, like, unless you were to jump over them. Like, I don't know what else to say. If free flying was gonna be in the game, they wouldn't be wasting their time on stuff like that. But this is a cinematic gameplay trailer, so there's not, like, a lot here to break down in terms of gameplay. We still don't even see the HUD. We still haven't seen any of the numbered stat customization, so that's, hopefully something they'll get around to. But as I said before, I'm not pissed off at the game. I'm actually still looking forward to it. Maybe if $70 meant that much in 2023 to me, I would probably word that better. But nah, I'm gonna buy this game on release and play it, and we'll see how things go. I have faith.
Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon is set for release this August 25th on PS4, PS5, Xbox, and PC. Thanks for watching, and for everything else, keep it right here.
I'm so glad I watched IGN. Okay, so one thing to end it all off, that dude's mic on IGN, I thought I had some bad motherfucking audio, dude. That guy had some horrible audio. I know he was using like a shotgun mic, a little fucking under the shirt mic, but damn, they did a horrible job with his audio, bro. Like, like originally I was kind of gonna let this, like, whenever I was gonna make the video, I was gonna let this shit play out. And then I listened to his talking, and I'm like, dude, I can't use his audio. It's too fucking bad, bro. So shout outs to IGN for after, what, 25 years of making video game content, you still can't figure out the darn audio, dude. Shout outs to that, but, oh man.